Could have gotten a better defensive structure to help the guys, but at the end of the day, you got to get the guy down.
They're great kids, and they want to be good. They just don't quite understand what it takes yet, and hopefully tonight will be a good lesson to move us in that direction.
Hilltopper football is going into Week 4 against Nevada. How can Tyson Helton get his third win?
And injuries don't seem to be affecting the WKU volleyball team as they head into the Alyssa Kavanaugh Classic.
High school football covers our top 5 with outstanding plays and game winners.
And sports director Ryan Murphy sees what's kicking with WKU punter Cole Maynard.
Pass is called, one-handed grab. Are you kidding me, Dalvin?
Bucket with space inside the 10, looks to break the tackle, and he breaks the end zone.
Dominate on 3 times.
They will keep it on the ground with Wales. Not only will he get the first down, he'll get the touchdown and the championship.
Use it for Rogers for 3 for the win. Western Kentucky doesn't break.
The grass is red in Kentucky. Holy moly.
The Hilltoppers are champions of Conference USA.
We're live here in Studio 2. My name is Lincoln Bryant, and I'm here with my guy, Phil Clark. Man, how are you?
I'm doing just fine, Lincoln. We came from the Nashville Sounds box to delay a game, and now we're here, Link. We got so many exciting things to talk about.
I'm just glad to do it with you, man.
Hey, I'm excited.
Been there since the beginning.
It's going to be a great show.
Now it's time to take a look at our EP Top 5 Plays of the Week. We've got some good ones for you. Starting off, we've got some Logan County football. You're going to want to remember his name for later. His name is Christian Helly. He's the sunrise to this Logan County offense and the sunset defeating Greenwood. He breaks out to the right and absolutely trucks a man to find the end zone and grabs the first quarter lead for the Cougars, Phil.
Look at this. Boomstick. Oh.
Hey, 50, you can't tackle me.
And
Come on now. He found the pylon.
And at number 4, we head to Warren Central where Jules Hyde receives the return, dodges a tackle, breaks another tackle, and makes the house call. Now look at this, Link. Makes it all the way to the end zone. No Selly. Standing on straight business. Warren Central wins.
Love to see Warren Central highlights, man. Next up, we head to Diddle. The volleyball tops are taking on Vandy, and Izzy Vandewillie stood up to the challenge and creates an absolute wall to block Kayla Dunlap's attack. She was hyped about that one, Phil.
Yep, and she climbed up that ladder. Nope. Right back to you.
Not today.
And at number 2, Lincoln's going to like this one. Camden Page scrambles to his right, finds an open running back in Caden York, and puts the Purples in their grave as he breaks through the tackles and takes it all the way to the house. Lincoln, did they bring the hammer down?
They brought the hammer down and big, baby. And at number 1, the play comes down to the wire in overtime, and the guy who scored the touchdown gets the ball in the backfield going for 2. It's Christian Helly again. Looks like he's going to run it, but wait, Phil, he's throwing the ball. And who's he hitting the end zone for the win?
They said, let's throw it to the check. Oh, wrong check. Let's throw it to Tomachek, and gets it in the end zone.
Exactly, and they got paid tonight, and the student section was all over the field, and Phil, you almost got trucked.
I did, but I cradled that camera right there. But moving on, this Hilltopper volleyball team is still winning games, but struggling with some injuries. Now, Lincoln, none of these players are out, but Hudson's depth chart is so deep he can rest his players with limited playing time.
You're exactly right, Phil. This team's struggling with something here, and we've got Callie Bauer with the shoulder. You know, we need her at the setting position.
Yep.
WKU's really confident in her, and then you got Izzy Vandewillie nursing that ankle. You need her back.
You can't play volleyball without an ankle. You just saw a top 5 play from her with the block. I mean, she's a key part of this team. And Gabby White and Taylor Barron are also key parts of this team, so hopefully they can come back at 100%. And I know it's the audience, and everyone is scared for this segment, all ears. And they are saying, Phil, don't open your mouth. But let's hear me out here, all right? It's time for all ears. This 2025 WKU volleyball team is better than last year's squad. And now I know you're thinking, Phil, WKU lost elite players like Kaylee Cox and Kennedy Coyle. But they didn't lose Travis Hudson, and you can't win 92 straight conference regular season games in a row without reloading the roster. Hudson brought in star right side hitter Kyra Knox, who won CUSA Freshman of the Week twice. Sophomores Olivia Skidmore and Faith Young ranking the top 3 in kills on WKU's team. Even with their injuries, Gabby White and Izzy Vandewillie are bringing the veteran presence. So if there's 2 things we know about Travis Hudson is that he knows how to recruit and he knows how to develop. WKU volleyball has already beaten a ranked Dayton squad. Last year, WKU didn't beat anyone ranked, so this team undeniably has a better resume, and Travis Hudson knows how to coach and the players know how to play.
You're right, Phil. It's a hot take, I think, a little bit. But I like this team.
Look, I love Kaylee Cox and Kennedy Coyle, but all I'm really saying here is this young talent, Kyra Knox, I mean, CUSA Freshman of the Week twice, is pretty insane. And Olivia Skidmore, she's a dog. I mean, she's leading the team in kills right now. So I'm just saying, open your ears a little bit and think about it. I mean, this team's pretty good.
Don't worry, Phil. I have been listening. You know, they still have Callie Bauer. She led the CUSA in assists last year. You got to be confident in those juniors.
I mean, once she comes back, this team's going to be scary.
They're going to be scary, but Phil, what's on deck in Studio 2? The football Tops are headed into Week 4 at the Fouch against Nevada.
And we'll break down what the Tops need to do against the Wolfpack in order to get their 3rd win of the season next on The Extra Point.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Look at the speed, out the boundary and heading all the way to the house.
We didn't set the edge. Defense coaches said, hey, that's my fault. At the end of the day, you got to get the guy down.
That's picked off, intercepted by Toledo.
They were pretty dominant in that performance defensively. They're extremely physical, like I mentioned.
After a much-needed bye week for the Tops, WKU is preparing for their matchup against Nevada.
The Wolfpack has had a slow start to the season, but with a strong schedule, they have some highlights, Lincoln. What can the Hilltoppers do to bounce back into the win column?
You know, Phil, I really feel like for the Hilltoppers, it's doing what they didn't do last week, and that's defending the run. You really just, against a strong team like Nevada that really runs the ball a lot, they run the ball a lot more than they pass the ball, Phil. There's just a lot of things they got to fix from last week.
And I see that stat right there, 143 yards due to penalties. I think that's something WKU's got to take advantage of. Got to play a clean game. They played a competitive schedule. They played Penn State. Can WKU live up to that Penn State defense? Probably not, but hopefully they can, is what I'm saying here. But someone WKU's going to have to look out for is QB1 Chubba Purdy. He's a combination of Chubba Hubbard and Brock Purdy, bringing double trouble for the Tops.
You're right, Phil. Brock Purdy's brother is the Wolfpack's leading rusher with 216 rushing yards so far this season, averaging 5 yards per carry and that 109 passer rating. Helton is going to have his hands full, Phil.
Yeah, exactly. We kind of touched on it. WKU's rush defense is kind of struggling right now, and as a dual threat quarterback, hopefully WKU can get on that front line and knock down some of these rush plays that he's going to have.
And I really feel like for WKU, it's focusing on him because we looked at the impact players, we're trying to find impact players, and there really wasn't anybody else in this Nevada squad that really stood out. He's just the main offense for this Nevada team.
I mean, yeah, the passing stats were kind of there, but, they could have been a little bit better. It's really just his rushing we're going to have to, WKU's going to have to watch out for. Next, with the big plays given up defensively, here's what Coach Helton had to say about Western's goals to stop the run.
Yeah, I said the same thing. What happened on that play? We didn't set the edge, and continue to talk about that. The defense coaches said, hey, that's my fault, and we could have gotten a better defensive structure to help the guys, but at the end of the day, you got to get the guy down. And so, again, take that bye week, focus on those things, try to get better, and that was definitely a priority for us last week to try to see if we can get that. We're going to be tested, though. They got two good quarterbacks, one that can run pretty well and another can do a little bit of everything. They'll definitely test us to see if we can stop the run, and so we need to do that.
The WKU trench game is struggling so far this season. Sports Director Ryan Murphy is now here in the studio. Ryan, you've really seen this rush defense up close, and there's been a lot of errors. They gave up 300-plus rushing yards last week 2 weeks ago against Toledo. What's been going on?
Well, you've already mentioned it, and the statistics as far as the rush game have been less than stellar for the Tops this season, and it's arguably one of the worst run defenses we've seen out of the Tops in recent seasons. And you'd be surprised to know that it's not been long since the run defense for WKU really wasn't considered that bad. It feels like it's been kind of the key talking point over the last couple of seasons. You can see some of those stats on your screen of the opponent's average rushing, over 200 yards. Western's also giving up almost 400 total yards per game. Not necessarily what we're accustomed to out of this Western team, but with some tough opponents on their schedule, not entirely super surprised. But when you look in the trenches as well, both whether it's the run game offense or the run game defense, it's struggling all around. They have the 11th worst rushing or yards per rush in the country. 2.6 is the only way they're getting those out, with a young freshman running back that you've got starting at Marv Parrish, maybe that's a little bit of an experience that's playing into that as well. 82 total rushing yards per game for the Hilltoppers this season as well, 16th worst in the nation. But it's not been long, Lincoln, since we've seen a Hilltopper team that's been able to put up numbers like that.
You're right, and you really can't do much when the Hilltoppers are giving up all those yards rushing. But now, Ryan, is the defense the only problem slowing down the Tops?
Well, it's not necessarily, but it's a little bit of a mixed bag, right, when you look at least the penalty report for the Hilltoppers. They're tied for the 20th fewest penalty yards per game so far in their first couple of games to start the season. 4th fewest penalties per game as well, with 3, which doesn't really jump off the page. In most instances, you'd say, hey, that's pretty good. You're top 5 and not drawing a whole lot of penalties. The problem is that sore thumb that's kind of sticking out, which was their last game before the bye week against Toledo. 45 total penalty yards in that game. You add that up with the interception early from Maverick, his first of the season, and also that fumble recovery from a young freshman quarterback. That's going to be the struggle that it leads to.
You're right. You're really just going to want to just get rid of these penalties, because you want to move that offense down the field, and those penalties stop that from happening. But now I've got one final question for you, Ryan. How is the Hilltoppers bread and butter doing?
Well, it's exactly what you say, Lickett. It's the bread and butter, this air raid offense in the Tyson Helton era. It seems like has always been something that they can rely on. It's a calling card. It's what we are known for nationwide here on the Hill, is this air raid offense. And Maverick McIver and Rick Bowie have picked up right where they left off last season with Caden Velkamp. 337 total passing yards per game, top 10 in the country so far this season. 45 passes per game, which is 6th most also. You'd hope with a lot of pass attempts that you're going to get those statistics back, and Maverick's completion percentage has definitely done that for them as well. But the big one that I want to look at here is that third down conversion percentage. 18th best in the country right now, 51.5. That's almost a direct comparison to Maverick McIver and Rick Bowie from last season that they had in the FCS level at Abilene Christian. They've carried that third down success rate. They know they can trust Maverick in these clutch type situations on those later downs, and he's performing when it matters most.
Exactly right, and I love to see how he's fitting into this offense, and he's really performing really well looking at the stats. But coming up, WKU has 1 game down and 2 to go in the Alyssa Kavanaugh Classic. How can the Hilltoppers prepare for a matchup against undefeated Indiana tonight? Find out next on The Extra Point.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Blocked at the net by Faith Young. Big swing. She can jump. Pass over there on the far side. Kendall Miller ties it at 9.
We have a really special team. They don't understand what it takes to win at the highest level. It was the nuances of the game that hurt us tonight.
Welcome back to the Extra Point. WKU volleyball played Vanderbilt Tuesday, and unfortunately the Tops got swept by the Commodores. The Tops' errors were crucial to this game and ultimately cost them the win.
You're right, Phil. The Tops kept it close, but when you give up 14 points on service errors, it's hard to make a comeback.
I mean, that's for sure. The close sets is what does it for me. I mean, WKU lost by 2 points in the first set, 4 points in the second set, and then 2 points again in the third set. So if you cut these 14 service errors in half, I mean, this could go the other way. I mean, this could be a 5-set match between Vanderbilt and WKU.
You're right, and like Travis Hudson said, it's really hard to practice serving from the back line early in practice. You know, they don't take much time for it, so it's hard to get locked in from the service line, and that's a simple mistake that can easily be messed up. But I feel like WKU is going to work on fixing that. But this hitting percentage from Vandy is insane, and there's somebody that's leading that, and that's Cameron Chaney. Her hitting percentage is out of this world, and she's got 9 kills. She led the team. The 6 service aces out of the team's 8, Phil?
I mean, that's pretty insane right there. 6 service aces. You usually see 1 to 2 per player, but 6 is insane. You see the 20 total attacks. That means the Vanderbilt setter loves to give her the ball. They trust her a lot on that front line. So 15 points responsible for WKU. That's crucial, and that's kind of why WKU lost a big part of it.
You're right, and she was doing the opposite of what WKU was doing, and that was getting the ball over the net and on the floor, getting those aces. There's a lot of traffic for WKU.
That's for sure. Vandy's win left the Tops with an opportunity to learn from their errors. Here's what head coach Travis Hudson had to say about the problems with the service line.
This is not new. I said at Monday at press, that we're one of the worst serving teams in the country right now, and it's evident. And it killed us in a match like this one. We're just so incredibly young. But I love this team, and I hope our crowds will stick around and see this thing through because they're great kids, and they want to be good. They just don't quite understand what it takes yet, and hopefully tonight will be a good lesson to move us in that direction.
And the Tops moved in the right direction with the game against Bradley today, getting themselves back in the win column, Phil. They got the sweep.
I mean, that's for sure a big confidence booster. Izzy Vanderlily, I love her getting more into the game. She got 5 blocks today. That's really good. 5 service errors. I know you kind of touched on it. Travis Hudson was saying he doesn't really work on it, but they definitely fixed that today.
You're exactly right. And they fixed what they didn't do against Vandy, which was their hitting percentage. And they got the 352 clip, man.
I mean, you know who was hitting the ball very well? That's Kyra Knox. Kyra Knox had 11 kills, 500 hitting percentage. That is insane, Lincoln.
Exactly. She wasn't just doing it from the hitting line, though, Phil. She was in the back getting those digs, setting up her setter, getting those block assists as well. She was really killing it for WKU.
Front, back, it doesn't matter for Kyra Knox. She's insane. But WKU had another test tonight, facing an undefeated Indiana team that's played a weak schedule so far. It's always a challenge when facing a Power 4 school, but the Hoosiers are coming to Diddle Arena, and the Tops will need to show out in front of their home crowd.
But Phil, with a strong record, it becomes strong stats with 6 out of their 8 wins coming from the sweep.
And the only Hoosier losses have been away to Miami and Loyola Chicago. It seems Indiana kind of struggles a little bit on the road.
And that's why they're here, because they're gonna struggle this time because they're away. But it's hard to look at that undefeated record and see and think that we're gonna play positive.
That's for sure. Lincoln, Diddle does make a difference. Diddle makes a difference, and this is a great test for both teams here. Indiana, WKU's the hardest on their schedule so far, and Indiana's undefeated. So this is both teams are facing a good test here in Diddle Arena.
And the biggest piece of this Indiana squad is outside hitter Candela Alonzo Corcelis. She is the leader of this Hoosier squad as she averages 4 kills a set, and her setter loves to get her the ball, Phil.
That's for sure. You see that in the 232 attacks, 106 kills on the season already. So this is definitely someone who the WKU defense is going to have to try and block some shots from, just someone to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, she's got that 360 hitting percentage. It's just going to be threatening with this top school. There's going to be some top players, and WKU seems to be ready.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Moving on from the Hoosiers, the Tops wrap up the Alyssa Kavanaugh Classic with Austin Peay, and frankly, Lincoln, the Tops need to bring out the brooms.
You're right, Phil. This Austin Peay squad is going into Saturday in a slump with 204 errors on the year.
They're 1-8 on the season. You see the 378 total kills on the season. That seems like a big number when they're giving up 424 on the season. It's not very good, and 204 errors in just 9 games. That's pretty bad.
Exactly, and just like they did against Bradley, they really need to sweep this team to have confidence going into Monday when they go up to Louisville. That one's going to be a hard one.
They just played a great ranked matchup against Kentucky last night. But someone that WKU is going to have to watch out for is Tally Cloyd. 86 kills on the season. That's pretty good for Austin Peay, but 44 errors, that's something that WKU is going to have to take advantage of.
Exactly right, and they really don't want to hit against her. She's got those 21 blocks, and she was the 2025 Billiken All-Tourney team. She's a scary player for Austin Peay.
Really, WKU's just got to play their own game. I know Tally Cloyd's a great player, but WKU's just got to go out and show that Diddle does indeed make a difference. So WKU should just win this game and have that confidence boost. But WKU volleyball has got some competition coming into Diddle Arena. When we come back, Warren Central's on the rise.
And can Bowling Green get their first win of the season against Barron County?
Bring it.
Timeout, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys. You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
It's Friday here in Kentucky, so the lights are all on high school football. And right down the road at Warren Central, it seems like the Dragons have something cooking. Can they keep the train rolling against an Ohio County team that's been struggling all year?
The Dragons are coming off an offensive explosion against Warren East, but the Eagles have started the season 0-4.
Ohio County, they're 0-4, so this is a team that Warren Central's really got to have and go and just get a dub, really. And we tried to look up some good stats for them. It was negative 0.2 rushing yards per game. I mean, that's kind of, it could be a little bit better. But the game hasn't been played yet, and Ohio County has a chance to prove themselves with their leader, Max Stakeleff, leading the Eagles in yards and receptions.
You're right, but only 4 touchdowns in each game.
I mean, could be a little bit.
Warren Central really needs to capitalize on this win. As you can see there, the Warren Central Dragons are 2-2. They just had that big win, 58 points put up against Warren East.
I mean, yeah, Latavian Dunn, I mean, he is insane. I was there when this team was 0-2. So 225 passing yards a game, 169 rushing yards a game. So, I mean, he's a dual threat quarterback, just a great player for Warren Central.
I'm excited to see how this Warren Central team can perform after a great win last Friday. And they're going to make it out the Mudfield. They really are.
And you know what they say? If you aren't with us at 0-2, don't be with us when we're 8-2. So the Warren Central Dragons, they've got something cooking there. And Lincoln, I know you're going to love to talk about the Purples looking for their first win of the season, being 0-4 to start the year.
Yes, Phil, but I do have a lot of confidence in this Barron County team to potentially shock the Purples.
I mean, Barron County's 2-2, and out of anyone in 5A, Barron has had one of the hardest schedules with losses to an undefeated Glasgow team and a Monroe County team.
What sticks out to me about the Trojans is their running back, Dylan Thomas, who has averaged 85 yards a game so far this season with that 3-touchdown night against Metcalf. He's pretty scary.
I mean, he is. He's definitely someone they're going to have to watch out for in the backfield. I mean, 85 rushing yards per game. That's pretty good in high school, so.
Exactly, and this Purple defense is really going to struggle against that because they've been struggling this year so far, giving up a lot of points defensively, and Barron County just has a lot of confidence in their offense. And
I know you're grinning over there, Lincoln, because the Spartans brought the hammer down against BG last week. Let's look at the unusual Purple stats so far this season.
You're right. I mean, 0-4. They've got the injuries. Their leader, one of their linebackers is out. They've got their wide receiver, Trevi Barber, out, and they're relying on a freshman. I mean, he's a really good player, but he's a freshman, so the confidence is probably low.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
On the basketball court or the football field?
He's on the football field.
He's out there throwing 4 touchdown passes a game. Look, Anthony Davis is a great player. I mean, I've seen him play. He can run the ball, he can throw that deep ball as well. I know you were talking about how you saw him on the 8th grade team.
Yes, sir. I was a PA for the middle school team, and I saw that guy down there playing on the 8th grade squad, and he was looking really good. And I was like, man, he's got some chances for the varsity team next year. And look at him now. He's starting for this team, leading them. You know, only lost by 1 touchdown to Scott County. They were looking pretty solid.
This defense definitely is going to have to step it up, though. 32.5 points per game is just not going to cut it.
Exactly, and when you're trusting Anthony Davis to lead your offense as a freshman quarterback, it's hard to deal up when there's 40 points on the board.
That's for sure. Next up, we're punting the ball back to sports director Ryan Murphy.
He sat down with Tops punter Cole Maynard to see what he's about when it's not 4th down. Stay tuned.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
KBA award-winning, well, man, that has a nice ring to it. Our very own sports director, Ryan Murphy, sat down with WKU punter Cole Maynard to see the keys to his success.
Your dad was a big name in the NFL world, a punter for many years. I want to go back to the beginning with you because you kind of came along in the middle of his NFL career, but what for you was your first memory, football related, with your dad?
The main memories for me are the beginning of the game when they're running out of the tunnel. That always stood out to me because it's when the crowd is the most into it, and it's probably the coolest moment for somebody as a kid watching their dad run out of the field. That's definitely the moment that stands out to me today.
Now, do you have any specific memories, not even maybe from during the NFL seasons, but maybe during the off seasons, during the downtime when you guys kind of got to just maybe be together a little bit more as a family?
Well, what's weird is when I look back, when my dad played, I couldn't have told you he was an NFL player. I mean, how time consuming it is, even as a college player. But, when I look back, I mean, he was always around and always with us, and there's not a memory in my mind where he wasn't there, so he did a really good job of being around when he could, and yeah.
When you were younger, growing up, obviously going to the games with your dad, did you ever feel like football was the sport that was calling to you, that you would eventually really pursue as much, or was there any other sports that really piqued your interest?
There was. So I grew up playing football, basketball, and baseball, the big three, but I kind of always thought I was going to play football. Especially college football. There was never a doubt in my mind that I was going to go to college and play football. And the basketball and baseball dream, I'd say, died out pretty quick. When you get to high school, and kids are starting to get really good. They're 6'5", you just know you can't hang in basketball. And then baseball, kind of the same. I kind of knew punting was going to be my route and a good way to get into college and try to follow the footsteps of my dad. Yeah.
Your dad and your brother, obviously, Connor, he also got into the punting side of the family. And you mentioned earlier, just learning the fundamentals. Was your dad or your brother, did they play a part in like helping you learn those fundamentals? What was that like, kind of learning those skills?
100%. Yeah, early on, my dad, he was with us out there every day, teaching us how to drop it, teaching us, how to stretch properly, the leg swing, everything that goes into it. And yeah, my brother was a big factor in me wanting to punt too, because he started punting first, and as a little brother, I look up to him, so I followed whatever he did. If he wanted to punt, I was going to punt.
What was that maybe relationship like growing up? Was there ever a sibling rivalry there that you guys got older and both started punting? What was that like for you guys?
It was definitely competitive. Every time we went out there, it was me versus him, or what we were doing. Who can hit the longest ball, who can hit the most hang. But yeah, it was iron sharpens iron. Every time we went out there, I'd talk crap, he'd talk crap, and it's just making each other better. And that, best part about it.
On that note as well, is I know you guys sort of faced off against each other when you were at North Carolina. He was at App State. Do you ever give him grief? Because if I'm not mistaken, you're 2-0 in that regard.
Always, man. And it's awesome because it came down to the last play, but both games did. But yeah, it's fun giving the older brother crap, telling him I beat him twice in college.
And this feels like an absurd stat to say, but at least at this point in time, as we're talking to you, you currently lead the nation, not just the conference, but the nation in yards per punt average. That's a pretty big number, if I'm not mistaken, 51.6 currently. What does that mean for you, as well as being on the Ray Guy Award watch list? What does that mean for you and being seen in those limelight?
Yeah, well, the Ray Guy Award, when you start punting, that's kind of the award that you're working towards and you think about often. So that was really cool being mentioned on that. Among 15 other guys, it was pretty cool. And then yeah, the average. Really my main goal when I'm out here is to just help the team, and when I need to flip the field, when I need to hit a pooch punt that lands inside the 5, I need to do that. So the biggest thing is just helping the team, and if I end up hitting a 71-yard punt, then so be it. But You know, when my name's called, I like to help the team as much as I can, and yeah, and I guess a 51-yard average comes with it.
For you, college football 26, obviously the newest video game out for college football.
Yeah.
You're 78 overall. Do you think that's fair, foul, too low, too high? How do you feel about that?
I think that's pretty fair. I don't know how, I haven't looked at the rest of the specialists, so I'll have to go back and look, but I mean, for a specialist, 78 doesn't sound too bad. Do you have any stats on it?
I don't know. I know your kick power was 93, I think,
is?
which is, I thought
That's
was pretty
gotta be
solid.
pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great story on Cole Maynard. I mean, this guy is a ridiculous punter. He's averaging 51.6 yards per punt, long of 71 yards. Ryan, tell me a little bit about it.
I mean, the stats don't lie, man.
They speak for themselves.
They speak for themselves. That's something he mentioned in the interviews. He's like, he has the mentality of, you'd think, just like every other position player. They want to show up when their name is called, and I think, like he said in the interview, if it involves punting for over 51 yards every single time, then so be it.
I mean, that's definitely for sure. I think it was interesting that his dad played as well. I mean, and his older brother, he looked up to him. Now they're both D1 in football.
Essentially, they're a family dynasty of punters. And the great thing about it, too, is that neither of them necessarily saw football as their first path. I mean, you heard Cole talk about it a little bit. He was the big three athlete. He played basketball, played baseball. His older brother, Connor, was the same way. It all kind of rolls around in the family, I guess. And,
yeah, for sure. Those genes help out.
Leg genes.
But up next, it looks like we forgot to snap the ball because there is a flag on the show, and delay a game is next. Alec, Fouch, and Jacob Fox are ready to battle it here on the extra point.
Foster care. I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving. I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again, then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Welcome back. The ref has given us our 5-yard penalty, and Alec Fouch and Jacob Fox are about to jump off sides because they're ready to settle the most heated debates in college football. The first topic of the day is a doozy and could light a fire in this school. But the question remains, who's the favorite to win the Conference USA title? Alec, I'm going to start with you, and I hope I'm going to get a good answer.
Well, thank you, Phil. I think you'll have a great answer. And I'm sorry to disappoint all my fellow topper students out there, but today I'm going to have to be the villain. I am the villain. I'm going with the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. They average 26 points per game on offense, just about, to 12.3 points per game allowed on defense. So they're scoring more than twice as often as they're letting up points. They've got a three-headed monster at running backs, basically 3 starting running backs altogether. And their defense only gave up 23 points at a very strong-looking LSU Tigers team. I mean, if you can only give up 23 points inside Death Valley in the SEC, you're looking at a chance at a college football playoff berth.
Alec, that's a horrible answer. Jacob, let's hear it.
The team that is going to win the CUSA title is the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
Yes.
There's one name you got to know, Maverick McIver. 39 points per game this guy's putting up. They lead the CUSA by more than 10 points per game. He's averaging 313 passing yards per game. They're number 8 in the country in passing yards per game, and they made the CUSA title last year. They know how to get here. They know the path, and they want revenge on what they thought was theirs but was not theirs. So this Western Kentucky Hilltoppers team is going to win it all in the CUSA Conference.
All right, go at it.
So when Western plays LSU this year and they end up giving up 60 points, I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to tell you, I told you so.
And guess what? They'll give up 60, but they're going to score 61 points. 61 points.
That's a great point.
Okay,
That's a great point.
We're talking about who's going to win the Conference USA title over here. All right. In what world do you think a Tyson Helton-led team is going to win a Conference USA title? I mean, they had a few chances.
We are in the Big 2-5.
We are in the Big 2-5. Here in the Big 2-5. Put the camera on me real quick. In the Big 2-5, excuse me. I'm not even a topper right now. I'm a Bulldog today. And I say that the Bulldogs are going to take down the toppers.
You are a traitor,
solely
and you
because
are so against.
Western had no chance
this university.
Against the Bulldogs
Western
last
Kentucky
year.
is going to win the CUSA title.
All right, Alec, you're a traitor. But looking on the brighter side, the next topic is a little bit lighter. Who's your sleeper team to make the college football playoffs? Alec, you go ahead.
You know, I'm going to have to start us off here with a team that means very, very much to me, near and dear to my heart. I actually started my first college football 25 road to glory with the North Texas Mean Green. They had a 59-10 beatdown over Washington State. Wazoo looked absolutely helpless in that game. Their offense couldn't get anything going, which, if you know anything about Wazoo, that is not the case most of the time. I mean, they have the 133rd ranked strength of schedule. They're going to win out. They average 47 almost points per game. And Mestamaker, their quarterback, he's looking pretty good this year. I believe he had 10 passing touchdowns at this point to no interceptions.
You made a great point with the Mean Green machine, but we got to let the freshmen talk. So freshman, Jacob Fox, go.
And the freshman has the best take in this room. The sleeper team to make the college football playoffs is the Vanderbilt Commodores. I got one name for you again, Diego Pavia. QB with a lot of experience. He is coming back for his second year at Vanderbilt, and he knows what's up in this playbook. It just means more in the SEC. They have a hard strength of schedule, and that's going to be a big resume builder to get them into the playoffs. They score 40 points per game. They only allowed 10. 2 upset wins already, Virginia Tech and number 11 South Carolina, and they will turn you over. 7 turnovers in 3 different games. I'm telling you right now, this Vanderbilt team is going to
make it. You heard him. It just means more.
Yeah, I did hear him. It does just mean more. And for the last 40 years, basically 100 years since Vandy joined the conference, one of the original members, they haven't done jack squat against literally anyone ever. But they look better now than they have in the past, but they're not winning. They're not winning long term.
Let me talk.
Hey, let him talk. Let him talk.
This Vanderbilt team, it looks a way better and way more experienced than past years they've been in the SEC.
You make my head hurt, dude. You make my head hurt, freshman.
This Vanderbilt team has looked very impressive. In those 2 games they were underdogs, won them both by 24. This team has a serious chance to go make the college football playoffs.
Do you know what they have to do to make the college football playoff? They're going to have to win the SEC or at least make the SEC championship game. They have no shot.
Alec,
no shot.
They just have to win 10 games. North Texas.
Shush. Thank you. Good silence. Last topic of the segment. Who is the most overrated college football team? Alec, I'm going to let you go first again.
So I know what you're going to say, and I think who he's going to say, I'll preface this, is actually one of the most underrated teams so far this year, but that's besides the point. I'm just defeating your argument before you even speak. The Oklahoma Sooners look like trash. I mean, they have a lack of trust in coaching in John Mateer. He's a solid quarterback, and yet they keep trying to rush the ball when they can't get any rushing offense going whatsoever. They need a lot of improvement there. I mean, their best rusher gets about 50, 55 yards a game. As an SEC squad, you need to be better than that. I mean, they beat an overrated Michigan team who is sanctioned. I mean, it's unbelievable how mid they are.
I mean, you know what they say, OU, oh no. But we still got to let Jacob Fouch talk, so let's hear it.
I know you were in college when Joe Burrow was around for the LSU championship in 2019. But no, you're talking about Materas, this bad guy. He is the man, just like the true gentleman is the man. The LSU Tigers, 20 points per game. That's last in the SEC. Garrett Nussmeier, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions over 3 games. That's a terrible clip. They're relying too much on this defense. 53rd last year in points per game, 86th the year before. This team has no chance to rely on the defense this much. They play down to their competition. Louisiana Tech only won by 16, and Florida only won by 10. That Florida team has looked terrible this whole year.
I mean, Unc, you heard him. He said you're in college when Joe Burrow's in
Whose
college.
side are you on?
Hey, he chose Big Red. He chose Big Red,
See,
so I'm a Big Red.
How are they underrated? They're the number 3 team ranked in the AP poll. You're stunned.
You think they're better than Ohio State?
I think they're the best team in the SEC. I think LSU's the best team in the SEC.
Oh my gosh.
I think Oklahoma's mid. I think Brent Venables is a terrible head coach. He was a great defensive coordinator at Clemson, and I think he has no shot to bring Oklahoma to the promised land like he's promised.
That Oklahoma defense is playing good. That Oklahoma offense is playing good.
Right. They're going to win 7 or 8 games just like they did last year. John Mateer is better than Jackson Arnold. But I mean, listen, Oklahoma goes to Auburn this week.
Oklahoma will make the championship game in the college football playoffs.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Oklahoma, they lost their starting quarterback to Auburn last year, and they play Auburn tomorrow. The script is too good. They're going to lose to Auburn, and they're going to lose more than half the games they play in the SEC this year.
Jackson Arnold transferred because he wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
Auburn's
and he's
going to
be way better against the team that he left.
Mark my words. Take Oklahoma money line.
I'm not really a betting man. You know, I don't like to involve myself with those type of degeneracies.
All right,
I know you're a freshman, but maybe you have some things to learn.
Quit bullying the kid, all right? Fox, you made some great points. Fouch, you need to make up with Big Red. I mean, come on. You might as well. You have your chance next here on the Extra Point, as Lincoln will be back to talk some high school football.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
Welcome back to the Extra Point. Fouch made up with Big Red over the break, but it's time to talk about the local high school football scene. Our first topic is, of course, about the Purples. Jacob, Bowling Green, can they turn their season around?
Bowling Green can absolutely turn this season around. They might be 0-4 right now, but they've played a super hard schedule in 5A and throughout the whole state of Kentucky. This team, per Max Prep's hardest strength of schedule, district play starts this week. And if district play starts, excuse me, if district play starts this week, they have a chance to go 4-0 in the district, get the #1 spot in that district, and have an easy road to the Elite Eight in the playoffs. Dominance in prior years, back-to-back state champions, and 3 straight state title appearances. This team is built to win in December.
All right, it's hard to keep that straight face when you're talking about the Purples. You know, it's laughable.
Yeah, you know, it really was laughable hearing you say that, listening to you put that take out on the air. That's something that will live forever. Your digital footprint with what you said just there will never leave you, because the Purples are 0-4. I mean, they have an innate lack of offense. They lost pretty much everybody from their back-to-back championship winning squad from the years before. They have a very hard, one of the hardest, if not the single hardest schedule in 5A, and they have a lot of pieces missing from that previous team, as I said. They were blown out by South Warren. Lincoln's South Warren Spartans.
Yes, sir.
You really going to let Lincoln's team do that to you guys?
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
You saw the way that game used to be a really good rivalry, and it's nothing anymore.
All right, Fox. I guess Unk's been cooking, but
yeah, I guess he's trying to cook, but the problem is the kitchen's on fire.
Oh.
So, Bowling Green with that hard schedule has a very easy chance of turning it around, having the experience going into the postseason, and guess what? They can go win a state title.
Oh, sorry, I was on the phone. Let me hang up on that. That was your girl calling. She's actually making me dinner later. And, you know, that's just what the South Warren Spartans do now. Every time they face the Purples, they eat. All they do is eat. They're not eating ramen. They're eating T-bone steak out there in the kitchen. And it's just... All
right, we need to stop eating for a second. All right. For our next topic, we go to the unmatched South Warren Spartans. Can they win it all in 6A, Jacob?
I do. I'm sorry, but I don't think
do it again.
I don't think they can win it all in 6A, and here's the reason: their schedule so far through the season, 6-10 opponent record. That's weak, and they have a weak 6A schedule remaining. They will not have success in the playoffs if they're constantly playing weak teams. They won't be ready for the teams like Trinity, the teams like St. X. And for example, this Trinity team that's playing right now in 6A, they're looking for a little three-peat. They're looking for that nice little three-peat. Zane Johnson, they've got a bunch of returners at Trinity. That team is unstoppable. And South Warren, I just don't think they can do it.
All right, Alec.
What did you say about Lincoln Bryant South Warren Spartans? I mean, it's amazing to me to listen to you speak, to have take after take after take. That just doesn't make any sense. This is Sparta in Bowling Green.
Dang right.
They run this region. They are 4-0, and they destroyed BG, as we said. That game used to be a real rivalry. I mean, and now it's literally nothing. It's ashes to dust. They've beaten teams all across the state: Louisville, Lexington, Bowling Green, and Jay Carter, excuse me. He averages over 100 yards per game. It's looking really good for the South Warren Spartans. They've really taken the place that
It's
Bowling
music
Green
to my
used
ears,
have.
Alec. It's music to my ears, but y'all gotta argue.
They're not.
They're the D1 school.
Okay,
they're literally known for.
but-
Okay, I'm not
but
gonna
now,
hot take.
if
they
you're beating
low-key
a fi- if
recruit
you're
people, but that means they're good, right?
If you're
that means
beating
South Warren's gonna be good.
if you're beating a 5A school, it doesn't matter anymore. Trinity, the Trinities, the St. X's, they go and beat 5A
Bowling
schools
Green, beating
regularly.
Bowling Green doesn't matter anymore,
It
but
does
you
not
think
matter.
they're still a good team.
Yes.
Doesn't matter? They were in South Warren was in 5A
Bowling
last
Green
year.
just played a
They're
6A
team now
It's
because
such a
they're
different
good.
game.
They just moved up to 6A
South-
with the realignment, and they're 4-0, brand new in 6A.
Okay.
That's not.
They
that's
haven't
unheard
played.
of.
They
That
haven't played
doesn't
four.
happen.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I got a statement. South on top. All right. For our final topic, Jacob, are the Scotties going to remain undefeated?
They will not remain undefeated. I do not think this team is legit. I do not think this team is as good as people are saying it in the area. So, the Glasgow, terrible strength of schedule. They will not be ready for the teams in the state of Kentucky, like Christian Academy and Lexington Catholic. They're young. They're young. Can you please get out of young, inexperienced team? That's going to be high pressure, especially in the postseason. Roster is filled.
Where'd Alec go?
He's right here.
What did you say about the Glasgow Scotties? I mean, have you even watched them play a game yet?
They're not legit.
Have you
Alec,
even watched them
down.
play a game yet?
Come sit down.
All I have to say is that Glasgow is the best team in 3A. All they're going to do is keep winning. They haven't lost a game yet, and they have the best wide receiver in the state in Jarek Martin. He is the one and only lethal weapon. He's going to take this team to a championship this year. I mean, every time he steps on the field, number 14 is the most athletic and the biggest specimen you can find on the grass. They dominated Barron County, which once again used to be a real rivalry, just like that BG South Warren game. And they have a very weak schedule for the rest of the season. As we know, 3A doesn't really compare with most of the teams in this region. So it's just going to be winning out for Glasgow, and the Scotties might have a chance at the championship.
All right. Unc, you struggled getting back up into that chair there. You okay?
I mean, I didn't know this was the roast session of Alec Fouch over here. I thought they had seniority. I thought I was going to get a little respect over here in studio,
No, hang on. You have to distract me by standing right there in order for me not to win this debate.
If you would have stood right there, I would have had zero distraction. I would have even smiled.
I'm
a professional and you're a freshman, all right? Cool it now. I didn't know Peyton Pritchard was coming into the studio to give his takes, all right? The buzz cut's looking a little too rough on you, and I think that's why your takes have been really just misguided today. Your brain
misguided.
All right, guys, y'all are getting too personal here. All right, we're getting too personal. I've had enough. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this arguing. It's time to bring some laughter into this studio. With everyone's favorite segment, guys.
Oh, come on!
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys. You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Ladies and gentlemen, turn down the volume because Lincoln and I are about to channel our inner Tyler Fernandez because it's time for
Oh, come on! Last week, Phil, you had a bit of an argument against Jay Summerall, and he had a wild take for what coach is on the hot seat in the NFL, guys. Take a look.
Oh, come on! I'm going to hot take. I'm going with Dan Campbell.
I'm going with Dan Campbell. I'm going with Dan Campbell. I'm going with Dan Campbell. I'm going with Dan Campbell.
I'm going with Dan Campbell. Oh, come on! Oh, I'm Ross St. Rod.
30 other NFL coaches you can choose from, and you chose Dan Campbell.
And you chose Dan Campbell. And you chose Dan Campbell. And you chose Dan Campbell. And you chose Dan Campbell.
And you chose Dan Campbell. Oh, come on!
Come on, Phil, and unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today.
See you next week.
And as always, the extra point is up, and it's good.